This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and today I'm going to go through and feed off a quote by old guy. I'm sure he's probably old. He's not living anymore. Friedrich Nietzsche. Excuse me. Who I've mentioned a few times before. He was introduced to me as a philosopher, as a mentor of many things, I suppose, as through Jordan Peterson, I actually was at Peterson's talk here in Canberra on Friday night, where he talked for literally about 110 minutes straight. He would have had the most gap was about 12 seconds where he stopped talking to take a drink, which was part of his, he was explaining something. So it's pretty funny. But either way, towards the end of it, it might have even been in the Q&A, he answered a question and brought up a quote, and I think it was in response to, do you see yourself retiring? And basically, in short, he was like, well, no, it's not. He sort of said it's not like that. You don't retire. But his answer wasn't so much what I wanted to talk about today. Excuse me. What he mentioned in relation to Nietzsche's quote, and he paraphrased it, and I paraphrased it in the Mood Prep group this just earlier. And so I'm going to paraphrase it, and then I'm going to actually read the quote that I searched and found. I did a bit of research for. So he said, Nietzsche went on to say that if you were to have your life over and over and over again, the life that you're living right now, make sure that you live a life where you would say yes to having it over and over and over again. Like you would, basically saying that if you live it fully, then you'd want to live it again. And although I may have heard variations of that before in the past, for whatever reason, it hit me then with this sort of idea of going, well, if you or if myself or if the next person was to have this exact same life that you're living right now, right? Not the life that you foresee when you step up and say things and start doing things. The life that you're living right now, with how you're behaving, your thought patterns, everything. Would you say yes to living it again, right? Now, and that's sort of what came up for me, but what I'm going to do is share a small part of the passage that I did a bit of research and found that he mentioned that in it. And then I'm going to sort of continue to talk and pull it apart from there. And his passage goes, if in all that you wish to do, you begin by asking yourself, am I certain that I would wish to do this an infinite number of times? This should be for you the most solid center of gravity. My doctrine says the task is to live your life in such a way that you must wish to live it again, for you will anyway. If striving gives you the highest feeling, then strive. If rest gives you the highest feeling, then rest. If fitting in, following and obeying gives you the highest feeling, then obey. Only make sure you come to know what gives you the highest feeling, and then spare no means. Eternity is at stake. This doctrine is mild in its treatment of those who do not believe in it. It has neither hell nor threats. But anyone who does not believe merely lives a fugitive life in the consciousness of it. Really looking at that, and for me it's sort of going, okay, well, my thought pattern will go, the highest feeling, it's like, yeah, but I can get a highest feeling of something that's probably, relatively destructive, not constructive. But I'm just going to park that. That's not the point of me talking about that today. The point of me talking about this is sort of an opportunity to reflect and go, is the way that you're choosing to show up in your life at this very moment consistently, is it consistent with how you want to live your life and who you are? And one of the key things I learned was that the more and more I heard things, the more, if I heard it a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth and an eighth and a 12th and a 15th time, it wasn't like, yeah, I know that. It gave me an opportunity to go deeper into that cave every single time I heard it, right? And so it got me thinking, like, how much of what I do is dead wood? when I want to say something, but I don't because I'm not sure if I don't want to hurt somebody. But maybe it's something that I believe to be really quite true, and actually I'm not responsible for this person's emotions, but maybe I'm pulling back because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable because I don't want to be seen as a bad person. Like, there's layers to this, right? And we just take it for face value. And this goes back into my conversation on Friday about not wanting to be seen as a bad guy. I'm a good guy, so why would I say that? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that of you. I'd fucking think it, and I'll talk around it, and I'll talk around it to other people, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that of you. Can't believe you'd think that of me, right? It's all that's fluff. It's all bullshit. And this is an offer for you. Have a look today. Really, like, self-question, right? Self-awareness is key, but self-questioning and then self-actualizing, right? Let's understand that. Self-awareness is the awareness of the structures around the self and things that are usually holding the self back. Here you go. You want to know what I'm fucking talking about, the mood prep intensive? This is a little insight for you, right? So it's seeing that I am aware of all the structures that are holding myself, capital S, the being, the essence within me back, right? I'm holding that back. Self-questioning is like, is what I'm saying true? Is what I'm saying, why am I saying what am I saying? Do I really believe what am I saying? Am I just trying to say this to impress somebody? You know, am I trying to do it so I'm getting validated? Like, self-questioning is really going, I'm aware of this. Where the fuck is this coming from? Is that true? It's probably not true. If it's not true, why am I saying it? So on and so forth, right? Why? Like, think about it. You put a shirt on, and when you put a shirt on in the morning before you go to work or before you go to dinner or something, are you going, I look really good, or so-and-so will think this is stupid, or I wonder if so-and-so will actually look at me? Like, what is your, like, this is giving you so many fucking insights into your very, like, not your being, it's actually your egoic structures around the being. The being doesn't give a fuck. The being just wants to go and have the food and enjoy and have fun and live and love and all that sort of stuff, right? But that's just self-questioning. Your self-actualizing is then moving through and just fucking cutting the dead wood, right? Because you can't carve dead wood. That shit that you now see, you've now questioned and realized just isn't necessary. You don't need to carry this with you. And that brings me back to another quote, is that there's this, I can't remember where I heard this, but it was like, these mountains you're carrying, you are only meant to climb. It's like, how much crap are we carrying with us that we were meant to just climb? And to climb is to, like, you know, to rise above, to be on top of, to see the highest point, right? And to work hard to be able to see things that the person that doesn't work hard can't see. Like, that's what it means. It's like these mountains that you're carrying, you were meant to climb, and it feeds back into this idea of how much of you is showing up every single day, like the genuine, honest you, not the structures that are saying things or doing things, or, you know, all of that. I'm not interested, and to be honest, you're not interested. But there's something that's feeding. So what's that about, right? Because that allow you to choose how you show up every single day, and then how you show up every single day. And I'm not saying in the face of others. I mean you. The you before all of the noise, right? The you that sees everything. Then would that you, that person, if you want to call it a persona, but you get my point, do they want to live this life again? And if not, what do you need to change in order to want to live that life again? And there's your question for you. And on that note, team, I am done. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope you found this podcast beneficial. And if you did, it would mean the world to me if you pass it on to someone else that you think would also find it beneficial. I'm keeping the early bird tickets open for the next 2 days. So Tuesday night, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, about 9 p.m. It's going to finish. They're half price at the moment. They're $247 down from $497, and then they're going to go up to about the $370 mark. So jump on that by Tuesday night. Make sure you grab your tickets for the Mood Prep Intensive 9th and 10th of March. You can find more out about it through Mood Prep online group on Facebook, or also at my website, davidnixon.com.au/seminars. But on that, team, I'm out. I'm done. Thank you very much for tuning in. And you know the deal. Until tomorrow, peace and pizza, kick today in the dick, slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.
To be everything at once, be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled. and unburned.